Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. So I think today is going to be, I'm not going to be like flipping through anything or showing a lot of stuff. It's going to be more so just a chat, I guess. I'm a verbal processor in a lot of ways. I also process things through writing. So I'm trying to come up with ways in my mind that I can like have information that I know I'm going to reference back to, and how I'm going to do that, and the way I want like my trusty personal rings to serve my life. I haven't been in it a ton probably since May, and I haven't really updated it. I am going to go through the process, I think, tomorrow of updating this and maybe printing out inserts that I want in here, as well as like updating deco. I'm not sure if I want to change covers just yet. So I was kind of like processing through. I do this every so often. I had another sheet. This is my journal that I don't share with the internet, except for maybe like a few pages. But like I'll process through like planner thoughts in here a lot. It's just something that works for me, but also like talking through it helps. So I've been thinking for a couple of days, because I'm like, what purpose do I want my personal rings to serve in my life? And like, it's really not that serious. It's a planner, it's a tool, right? But at the same time, like I want to make sure that I'm using it in a way that it's not like so much for me, but also that like it's handy dandy, because this a lot of times is my brain. My personal rings is a lot of times it is my brain. So I just started writing. I wrote like close to like 2.5 pages of thoughts, and I broke it down by section. So thought I'd go through this and just chat about it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be even more helpful and insightful to me. So I may scribble some notes on, on this if I start having additional thoughts. But so my planner thoughts says, first off is like my personal rings. So this year, my personal rings has been like my catch-all planner containing reference information. And I like to use it to hold dates and future dates, as well as like other things. So I kind of was like, let's review the sections. So in my planner, I have section 1. Technically have 6 dividers in here. I got these little pink dividers off of Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive. So I have up to 6 sections that I could use and include subsections if I wanted to. So section 1 has been like my inbox or my like long-term to-do list. It's a placeholder for information that might need to be like transferred to appropriate section, or it's like where I have like long-term to-do lists that don't have like a deadline, but are things like I know in the future I'm going to need to do. It's just good to have it there. I reference it from time to time when I'm planning, if I kind of have like, open time or space mentally to be productive. Then we move to section 2, and section 2 has been like my home and family section. So in section 2, I have a home projects list. And it's like a list of like what needs to be done, but I kind of like have had it separate, whereas like what needs to be done as far as like maybe like decluttering and cleaning versus like a home repairs list. And I've been considering like consolidating that and making it just one list, so I can just like have it all right there. And then having something to show like what's currently in progress or what I'm working on or trying to work on. I always feel like I have a project around my house. I've been in my house for over 15 years, and anyone who lives anywhere for any period of time knows like it's so easy to accumulate stuff. So I'm trying to, project minimize was like my goal this year, and I'm slowly doing that. Consolidating things, getting rid of things, that type of stuff. So finding a way to like track what's currently in progress, but also like figuring out, I'm trying to think, track what's in progress, but also use it as like an accountability tool, like the dang bookshelf. Like I still haven't finished that. I've done other things, but the bookshelf, it's like the bane of my existence right now. So figuring out a way to hold myself accountable to make sure that stuff gets done. Cleaning routine, I do like having, especially like when life is busy and I'm working and the kids have 87,000 activities and that type of thing, I like having a set cleaning routine where, like, on these days I'm sweeping, on these days I'm doing this. So that way everything doesn't pile up on the weekends. Like, it's kind of like a maintenance thing. But I think it needs some work because I think I also need to incorporate some daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly tasks that I don't always think about. And I think some of those things have to be extended to not just like inside the house, but like outside the house, like in the yard, for example, or, taking my vehicle to the car wash, that type of stuff. So that's another thing. I'm going to work on coming up with some inserts for that. The last time log as it relates to home projects, big purchases for home, and general maintenance around the house. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory for me. Example, hold please. The last time log here is like, I'll note, like, when I changed the HVAC filter, when we repaired a bracket, when we got a new barbecue grill, that type of thing. And if it's something that I want to know, like how much we spent. And I just realized something. Childcare expense log. Sorry. See, that's why it's good to talk it out. Okay. So the last time project, vehicle maintenance log. I need one for each vehicle. I currently have one, I think, like where I'm just putting it on one vehicle, like one log for all the vehicles. And I think I need to like set it up to where I have one for each vehicle. Okay. So yeah. And then reference information. Okay. And then reference information. So this is like stuff as it relates to my house. So my shopping list, and that's just kind of like where I like scribble in like what's needed, maybe like stuff that I don't buy like every week. A master grocery list, lifesaver in my book, because it's like a list of all the stuff I buy every single week. So that way I can just reference it. I can snap a photo of it. I can save it in my phone, whatever. I can, pull the paper and go through it when I go to the grocery store. So it's just a handy dandy tool. A favorite dinners list. That is so helpful when every day as a parent, one of the parents in the house is, we're responsible for like feeding our family and making sure we eat. So it's nice to have like a list I can just reference of all the foods that everyone in the house seems to like. Anything else? And I was like, thinking about that for a bit. I kind of want to reflect on this. And if I update any further, I'll share, I guess. Okay, so now the family portion. I mean, I write this stuff like I'm talking to myself. I have like a little subdivider, like down here, you guys can see it, that separates like home from family because it's all the same. Home, family, for me, it's all the same. So currently I'm health logs for each member of my family. I keep more, obviously, detailed information about my kids than I do my husband. I do note some stuff for my husband because he's forgetful and he's not going to note it. So I just do it. And it just, I am the organized one in the family, and I'm the one that keeps ridiculous logs of everything. He told me the other night, was it last night? Yeah, last night. He was like, write that in your memoirs. And I'm like, dude, it's not a memoir. He's like, you keep memoirs. I was like, yeah, I guess I do, because I keep a book of everything pretty much that happens in life. Health logs. Simple. Last time log for like the girls' haircuts, products, etc., stuff like that I get for the girls. Kind of am wondering, like, do I want to do one for each or just keep it all on one log? And I think just keeping it all on one log and then just denoting it by name. Simple. Gift list ideas, currently have that already. School calendar. I like to keep just kind of like a view of just school calendar stuff. I work in the same school district that my kids, attend. So for me, it's relevant both in regard to like them, but also to me. So I think that's a great place for it to be, even though a lot of those dates are written in my monthlies and weeklies and stuff. Relevant notes. There are sometimes I put notes, like when Sophie was doing acting and improv class, like I had like contact info for her like vocal coach and stuff like that. So those are good information. That's good information to have. And then childcare expense log. I keep a list of that because it's tax deductible. And for me, this is just the easiest way. to do it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't want to like complicate stuff, but I also want to make sure like I'm keeping good information, because if it's something like I'm like, oh, when was the last time this happened, or when did we do this? You know, if it's something that like I'm going to want to know, then I need it to be in here. Simple, right? Okay, so section 3 is dates, middle of my planner. I like my dates section smack dab in the middle of my planner, just because that's where really I spend the majority of my time when I'm in here. So it's a simple and straightforward section. I have a yearly overview. Don't always reference it. I have my monthlies, which are currently my Filofax monthlies. I like them. They work just fine for me. So my monthlies, currently not using them. I will be using it soon. So I have my monthlies. I have my weeklies in here, which are also Filofax. Got these off of Amazon, y'all. $10, inexpensive. Didn't have to print anything. So, my future log, that's important because I already have 2 appointments scheduled in 2025. And so for me to have that is helpful. So that way when 2025 comes around, I can just put that stuff on the monthly calendar and I don't have to worry about losing a little business card. Weekly, daily, if need be, if needed. I've been using my little passport TN when I need a daily, honestly. You can't beat a sticky note, y'all, because a lot of times that's where stuff goes. This week, my daily planning has really been, I've been writing them in my to-do list on my Hobo Weeks. So, and that's cool. So, because like I've said, I think in previous videos, I don't have a ton of like work responsibilities and things like that in the summertime because I'm not back at work yet. Okay, so cool. Got those 3 sections. Section 4 is my me section, my personal section. I feel like this section needs some work. I really do. Yeah, I just feel like it needs some work. I feel like it became like my health section, basically. I have a lot of random notes in here. Like if I take a phone call, for some reason, I always flip to that section. Don't ask me why. Random notes, contact info, that stuff. Maybe, and then that's when I said like, well, maybe my last section in here, section 6, should be for notes. I have health logs, very detailed health logs. I was going through like a weird health thing. Seems to have gotten better, but I still keep notes. And I have like my prescription information because this is like 2024 has been the year that I've been put on prescription medication for migraines. Anyone, it's really not anybody's business, but you know. I'll share that. So I've been contemplating keeping a food log to count calories. I have used apps in the past and I'd be lying on the apps. I don't think I do things properly. So I wonder if if I made myself write that stuff in, if it would just be different. So I've contemplated doing that and keeping track of calories. I don't want to say like necessarily for weight loss per se. Like it would be great if I could lose about 20 pounds. That's cool, right? I've been working out regularly. I keep track of my workouts in my Hobonichi Cousin or my Han. But I think I kind of want it more like as an accountability or awareness, you know, like almost like in the sense of like I track my spending. And I do that for like awareness of like where my money goes or what I'm spending money on or what we and my household are spending money on. And I feel the same about maybe like if I have awareness about like the food I'm eating or what I'm putting in my body, like having that in my face may help me to make, you know, healthier choices. And ultimately that's what I'm going for. It would be great if I could kick my little caffeine habit. But, you know, so anyway, that's something I've been contemplating as far as like counting calories, maybe looking at like protein intake, that type of stuff, just to kind of make sure like I'm being as healthy as possible and tracking how much caffeine and stuff like that. I already track my water, but maybe I need to track how much caffeine I'm consuming in a day because I use flavored creamer and we know that has a lot of sugar and stuff in it. So anyway, just some thoughts, goals and action steps. That's another thing. This is the first year in a long time that I didn't like sit down and just write out a bunch of goals. I kind of had some goals in my mind, like wanted to read a certain number of books. I wanted to be in the gym a certain amount of time, and little sub goals with that was, developing strength and, focusing on heavy lifting and, being able to run without knee pain and things like that. But I've noticed in the past that if I write stuff out, I'm more likely to work towards those things because I wrote them out. And it's a way to hold myself accountable. The last time list, I like having this. So I'll show you guys an example, or show you guys what my last time list looks like. Hold on, let me get to it. So my last time list is like super random. Like I opened a new mascara, got shampoo, conditioner, got my hair done. I opened some retinol, filled a prescription. I ordered a traveler's notebook. I replaced my MacBook screen, like that type of stuff. It's just random, like as it relates like to me specifically. So yeah, I like having that. It's been a great reference tool because I'm like, how often am I buying shampoo? Am I doing like my self-care things that I enjoy? Like I love getting my hair done. I do. The lady who does my hair has been doing my hair for 18 years. And I love going and seeing her, and getting my hair done. So, am I doing those things? So I like having that. And then I was like, what else? Think on this. So I kind of want to like reflect on that. I don't want to write my workouts in there or anything like that because I already have a way I'm tracking that. I keep notes on my phone of like my lifts and my sets and reps and stuff like that. So like I start a new note every year. So I could like print that out and stick it in my planner if I wanted to. But, anything that relates to me. So if anybody has any suggestions, like tracker-wise, I have trackers of the things that I'm willing to track. But if you guys have any suggestions of, like, maybe some things, like personal things for yourself, like that is specific to yourself, that you think would be helpful, like for me to track, please let me know. Sometimes I go blank. Okay, section 5 was going to be like my list and note section, but I have dubbed that my recipe section. Currently only have 2 recipes in there, but I'm gonna work to like note my recipes. These are things I make pretty regularly. The loaded baked potato salad, it's yum. It is yum. And I am not a recipe person. Like I'm one of those, like if it looks right. And then this Nutella bread pudding is like a favorite. Like when people come over, they're like, did you make the bread pudding? It's so good. And it's so easy, y'all. So I have this because it's just easy to like take this in the kitchen or be like, bam. And then, also like I shared this recipe with like, a coworker that's getting married. She wanted to like get a bunch of recipes. So I like made copies of this. It just made it easier for me. I'm a pen and paper girl. Like there's a lot of things like I can just make from memory, but the stuff that I like that you have to like measure or whatever, like I like to have that. And then currently section 6 doesn't have anything but the, what's this thing called? Page lifter. That thing. Archived shit. I don't think I spelled archived. It looks like achieved, but with an R. Yeah. Notes and other things I want to keep long term. So really like this last section are going to be like things that maybe at one time were in a section, but they don't belong in a section anymore. So but I want to keep it. So just throw it back there. Thoughts. Those are my thoughts on my personal rings. I'm probably thinking too much into it. I am a person who tends to overthink, and that's cool. That's just my personality and how I am. But also, this is a great guide for me to figure out how I want my planner to serve me and help me keep up with stuff, but also like be as productive as I'm, willing to be in the moment, but also like have information that I'll reference. Like when was my last oil change, or when do we need to change the HVAC filter, or you know what I'm saying? Like those types of things. So, I didn't like share myself writing this. It took me forever to write this out. And I did it over pretty much the course of the day as thoughts hit me. But if anyone was ever curious, this is like my process for like figuring stuff out. I think my weeks is cool. Like it's my organized and neat weekly planner, and it's serving its purpose well. So I don't really have any thoughts about it except for I'm just going to keep using it because I like it. And it's working out well for me. But I feel like personal rings just, it needed to be revamped a little bit to have the stuff in it that I needed it to have in it. So yeah, anyway guys, that was going to be just, you know, me verbally processing through my thoughts on my personal rings. So yeah, if you have any thoughts or suggestions, I'm all ears. Like, I'm all about some feedback. And if you think, please don't come in here and be like, you are kind of nuts and you overthink everything. I'm aware. You don't have to tell me. Just playing. But if you have like, yeah, some like thoughts that are really constructive and could be helpful, please share. I love some feedback. But anyway, yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble for over 20 minutes. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.